Sorry for the delay. Um, was having issues with the phone. Uh, what do we got here? Hey, Miss Kim, how are you, honey? Good to see you. I'm sorry I'm late. I was having issues with the phone. I was having uh, thing was freezing. I couldn't get the live to go up, so I apologize. I apologize. Who's here? I see 5 people. Don't be afraid. Say hello. I'm just gonna wait a little bit and see if people file in a little. I want to see who comes in and give people a chance to get here. Um, before I start talking about everything. What's up, Mike? What's up, buddy? Hey, Miss K. Oh, look, it's the angry little elf. I need my glasses. Hold on. That's better. That's better. How's everybody's night going? How was your day? Sup? Sup, yo? What's going on? Presuming that's Joseph Doyle. So, all right, I'm gonna start. I don't want to wait too long. So anyway, for anybody who watched the other day, when I did that little short live when I was stranded down by the beach there, I first wanted to say thank you to everybody who took the time to leave a comment after that video because I read every single one, and they were all so incredibly supportive and kind and just amazing. I I'm very very grateful for all of you, the people that took any time out of their day to ever watch any silly show that I did or any live stream or just whoever took time out of your day and your life to spend it with me on this YouTube channel. I, it I'm extremely grateful. I'm even more grateful for the fact that so many of you are just such amazing human beings. And the other day, all the comments afterwards just helped reinforce that. I knew it already, but all those things helped reinforce uh, the fact that you so many of you are just great. And And so, sincerely, thank you very, very much. From the bottom of my heart, I couldn't. I just I don't even I don't have the words to express how much going and reading those things means to me, and especially when things suck, like when life keeps kicking you in the balls over and over again. It feels like to go and read such kind things is it's amazing. So I wanted to thank everybody who took the time to do that after the stream the other day. And then anybody who's reached out on their own, whether it was, on Messenger or whatever, too. Like, thank you so much. It's you're just amazing. All of you are. I knew it already, but you know. Um, so I still don't know what I'm gonna do about the channel at this point. Um, I I was already feeling kind of creatively stifled for a while. Um, one of the things that I enjoy very much is creating content, and then I got, I really started to love the editing process because it gives you the opportunity to really create something and then make it your own. Unfortunately, it's hard to do when you don't have somebody to do these things with, right? Um, Going out on investigations and stuff by yourself is just not safe, especially when you're talking about like overnight. Going out, to a different state, to a different uh, like place or whatever. uh, Listen. Here's the deal. I'm sorry for anybody who doesn't like it. Hey, King Santo, eat a dick. Um, Anyhow, apologies. Uh, so it's hard to go out and to do these things, right? By yourself. It's not safe. You're going out into the woods and in the mountains or whatever alone overnight. Like it's not safe. You don't know who's going to show up or what's going to happen. You can, obviously, every time I go, I'm carrying, but it's just you just don't know. It's not safe, so it gets hard to do those things. And then when you how do I say this? People tend to let you down. I've come to realize this a lot through this process. Um, like one of the things that when I first started this channel, right, there really wasn't a thought process of like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to do this paranormal stuff, this Bigfoot stuff. No, obviously I love this stuff. Like I really love it. But I didn't have this thought of like, let's do this YouTube channel. No, it wasn't until Kerry that any of that, any of those thoughts ever came into my mind. And, but when it happened, being a fan of the topics and watching so many documentaries and watching so many channels and watching all this stuff, you you start to like look at people in the community and have a little bit like of um you start to look up to some of these people and admire them in certain ways. And so when I start the channel, And I'm able to start communicating with some of these people that I admire, that I've seen doing research on their own and all this stuff. I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like I was excited. And um sadly, on like through that process, w- w- once you, I don't even think you have to be like a, a part of the community in the way that I'm talking about, but like once you are, once you kind of get that quote unquote like backstage pass, right? I was very, very, very let down by just so much of the infighting, the bickering, the lying, the posturing, the posing, um, and it sucks. It sucks. Like you know, when because you have these ideas and these thoughts and like feelings about stuff, and then the realization it makes it shitty. When you see the truth, you go, wow. A lot of these people are liars. A lot of these people are fakes. Um, no, definitely not Joe. Definitely not Joe and Jesse. Not even no. They are. And I say it all the time, man. There are two of the greatest people you'll ever meet. They're just amazing folks. Great researchers. Truth is most important. I think to them. Um, it is very disappointing, Octo. It's very disappointing. Um, sorry, one second, guys. So you start to see some of these people who claim to be something, they're not. You know, I've seen everything from weaponizing religion to tear people down. Um, you know, people go claiming things and saying, praise the Lord, praise Jesus, and then in the same breath, they're judging other people so harshly only because they don't follow them like some kind of sheep, right? Um, like to be tall. Uh, um, you have other people who present themselves as like these great, positive, kind, truthful people, and uh, the truth is they're not. They're not. They're fake. They're phony. They're full of shit. Um, and sadly, and I'm not going to name names because it's not my job. But it bothers me because I see so many people, so many of you that I truly love. Like I truly care about you guys. I know that sounds cliche, but it's the honest to God truth. And I see so many of you, and then even others who I don't know as well. But I just think to myself, like, man, they're spending so much of their time. And I'm not claiming to be anything. Like, I'm not anybody fucking special. I'm not. I, I am not any great researcher. I always said, like, I don't call myself a researcher because I don't deserve that title. Like, I'm not some super smart guy who knows. I'm not. I am a person who loves the topics, who wanted to find some answers for myself and thought it would be really fun and entertaining to bring others along. That's all I am. I'm nobody special. I'm just a dude who had a camera and tried to go do this stuff. Um, but it hurts me to see people. putting so much of their energy, time, sometimes money into these people that they believe are something that they're not. Um, I did. I put time into these people. Um, I put emotions into these people, right? Like I became quote unquote friends with some of them, right? Um, and man, I'll tell you, it is it's a it's a giant letdown and disappointment when you start to see the truth of the matter. Um, which is why I don't know what I want to do. I still love the topic. After the Freetown stuff, I probably most likely will be very careful about the paranormal side of things. Um, that place always bothered me. And I wondered why it bothered me more than it bothered others. I think it was because, like, we've all talked about this. We've had conversations about this in the chat, on the show. I think it's because that stuff, especially the darker side of that stuff, it knows. It knows when it's got somebody who is um, maybe a bit more sensitive, an empath, a psychic. I'm not psychic. I'm not saying that, but like a psychic, somebody who has a past that is makes them a target for that type of stuff. Somebody like me who has a past with depression, PTSD, anxiety, addiction, like all these things, right? It makes me a huge target for this shit. Um, and which is why I believe that every time I went there, I felt much more than the people around me. Um, yeah, agree, Joe. 100% agree. 100% agree. Everybody read that, please, because he's right. But yet Bernie absolutely vulnerable. Exactly. Hi Miss Francesca. How are you, honey? Great to see you. Um, no, I'm not talking about that voice. No, that I still think that was really funny. I don't think that was meant the way it sounded at all. I think you're probably more correct with your assumption, Bernie. Um, Freetown was where things got just it it got bad. It got really bad. But I think moving forward, I'll probably do like what Joe's saying. Like I'll probably distance myself from the greater community, right? Um, I'm probably gonna go back the to my like old research areas that I used to go to and do my. Oh yeah, we talked. We talked. Yeah, Donnie, I love Don. I tell you right now, um, that was such a um, an uplifting thing to see Donnie's name come across my caller ID. I just adore that guy. I think Donnie is one of the most truly kind spirited souls on this planet. He's just great. Um, yep, Joe, absolutely. Yep, you're right. Yep, Old Spirit Art, correct. Um, so I'm probably gonna go back to like my old research areas that I used to do the live streams from on the weekends. Um, you know, I enjoy those areas. I always did. Obviously, the one area that I was going to, the the old man's property there that was like really active for a while. I had that one or a couple experiences that kind of freaked me out and drove me out of there. The uh, that bluff charge thing that I still don't know what it was. I'm not claiming it was a Bigfoot. I don't know what it was. It could have been deer. I mean, but whatever it scared the hell out of me. Um, and then uh, the other weird stuff that I still think I attribute to like EMF. Um, that kind of drove me out of there. Um, I think often about that place. I still talk to him, the owner of the property. Things died down quite a bit, and then you would have things kind of pick back up for a little while, and then they would die down, and it was a bit more sporadic. What was weird is that it seemed as though the more that the more that like he interacted with whatever this phenomenon was, the more that that phenomenon interacted with him. So I think I'm going to try to go back there, see how I feel. Um, but like Patchogue, I love. I'll always love Patchogue. It's just it's a beautiful place, and so I'm probably going to go back there and um, do live streams from there again. I think it's just good for me, like my mental health anyway, to be out there, because I do enjoy it out there. But as far as like an overall topic for this channel, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've thought very long and hard about it, and I cannot settle on anything. You know, I have a lot of interests. Obviously, like I love combat sports. My background in MMA and boxing and stuff. I love that stuff. I thought about maybe doing a channel about that. I thought about doing a channel about just a wide range of things where I'm not painted into a corner. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Um, we'll have to wait and see. I may just kind of try different things and uh, see what feels right. Musical theater. Yeah. Yes, we all know my background in musical theater is vast. Um, that's reflections. Okay, so go ahead, see what you see. Um, we all have guilty pleasures, right? So one of my guilty pleasures, good or bad, is these First Amendment auditor channels. I cannot stop watching them when I start. I just get so into it. I love it because number one, I kind of feel like I'm a constitutionalist at heart. I don't like some of them because I think a lot of them try really hard to get a rise out of people and they do it the wrong way. I love the idea of what they're trying to do and stand for, but man, it becomes a train wreck. Um, Puppet show also nude. I think so, Joe. Only fan puppets. Jeez Louise. Uh, what makes me content? Um, I love making content. I love being able to create. The editing process I was loving, but I don't have anyone to do these things with anymore. You know, I said it the other day. You realize who are your true friends and who give a shit about you when the chips are down. Not when things are good, not when everything's going well, when things suck. Who's there checking up on you? Who's calling? Who's texting? Who's reaching out? Who's saying, on a regular basis, like, who's there? Who gives a shit? Not, not when it's convenient, not when it's good for them, no. When things are What's up, buddy? Um Everybody 21, 22 Archangel is probably my oldest friend in the world. That's my buddy Brandon. We've been friends since we were what, like 11. Um Great, another great human being. Love you, buddy. We can do the ghost pottery thing. All right, as long as you sit in the front. You guys are great. But you do, sadly, you realize who are your real friends when things are down, when the chips are down. And I realized over the last like few months, 6 months, 4 months, probably the last like 4 to 6 months, I realized a lot of who was and who wasn't. Um, and sadly, some of that hurt. But that's life, man. That's reality. That's the way shit goes. That's the way shit goes. Um, I don't ever claim to be perfect. I'm not. I'm flawed. We are all flawed. We all are imperfect. We all have issues, right? Um, and but you know, if I fuck up and I made a mistake, I own it. I own it. I say I'm sorry. I fucked up. I'm a human being, and I apologize. And I try to do my best to, let people know, like, listen, like, I'm sorry. Um, and then uh, I try to be, you know, I try to be there. I try to be a friend. Uh, you, there's only so many times you could reach out and and watch as people just like ignore. Watch as people go and you know then they leave you out of shit, or it's not convenient for them to give a shit when things aren't perfect or going great. Um, so that's just the way shit goes, man. And that's one of the things that you see in this community very often. Is just that. It's that facade that, that it's this picture that's painted that they want you to believe. And, hey, what's going on, Lady Wolf? How are you, honey? Hey, Julie, how are you? Good to see you guys. Um, oh, off guard, you are right. This is a great, great comment section. Thanks for popping in. These people are wonderful, wonderful people. So, I'm not going to harp on it. I'm done talking about that part of it. But I thought it was important to, like, it just hurts me to see so many people that I care about, um, putting so much time and energy into people who they believe are something that they're not, right? So just be careful who you are putting your time and energy into, because you know time, like, life is fleeting, man. I woke up one day and I was 44 years old, and I'm like, what the hell happened? What happened? And you know um And in my 43rd and 44th year, um, sorry, my phone's about to die. Let me plug it in. Things have gone pretty shitty. It's been one of the worst 12 months of my life, I would say. Things have been very hard. They still are. Um, you know, faced with a lot of things that are eye opening, um, painful, hard to process. You know, uh, I had a small, and I say small because it was small. I had a small business online that did very well its first 2, 3 years. Um, that is now, I don't know what I'm going to do. Um, I am drowning. And that's, that is, man, when it's going well, I think you take it for granted. Um, and now it's the most stressful thing in the world. Not knowing how you're going to make it. Um, and then obviously the health shit. Um, what a, what a, wake up that is. Um, Hold on, I just want to read because I'm trying to talk, but I'm missing comments. You look at the relationships like a mirror. Once the mirror shatters, it doesn't matter how hard you try to put the pieces back together. You never get the same reflection. Amen, Fresh. Love you, buddy. Hi, Sonia. Thank you, sweetheart. Octo, those snakes are beautiful, man. I love those snakes. I'm a snake fan. You guys are doing a great job with the trolls. Thank you. You always do. Um, so, just be careful who you're putting your time and energy into. Um, I just don't want. I just hate to see it. I hate to see it because I sit back and I'm watching and I see people like, you know, in chats and putting so much of your time into people who um, maybe don't deserve it. I don't know. Man, maybe that's not for me to say. Maybe I shouldn't make that judgment, but there are great people in this community, and then there's a lot of people who aren't so great, who claim to be, or who want you to believe they are. Um, so, you know, and I think those people, it's pretty like you'll know. Um, People get a guilty conscience, right? That's what happens. Um, they'll get defensive. They'll um, kind of get that like, is he talking about me? There's been reports of inappropriate actions. Please end the stream or a permanent ban will be occurred in 1 minute. What? I have to end this, I guess. Is that real? That was a troll? What the fuck, man? Like, this is what I mean. Like, this is where the internet is such a fucked up place. Like, that's your life? That's what you do? Um, like this is what you do. You're such a uh like I don't even know what the word is to describe it. Troll's not that's not even the word. You're just such a maggot. Like you go on and try to disrupt somebody else's shit. Like just go away, dude. Uh, um, Primordial Slime's a good one. Yeah, I like that one, Miss Kim. I like that one. Has it changed my thoughts about the phenomenon? Uh, no, no, it hasn't. It hasn't. I mean, I think my thoughts about the phenomenon have changed over the course of time, like doing this, but not has nothing to do with like the community itself. It's just through the process of like getting out there and doing investigations and reading things and listening to more people. Uh, oh, thank you, Saint. That's very sweet. Thank you so much. Well, welcome, welcome. We'd love to have you here, and I promise you, like I say at all time, broken record, but it's the truth. The people who are here in this chat are some of the greatest people that you will ever come in contact with in your life, and that's the fact. That is a fact. These people are wonderful, wonderful human beings. So you seem like you're in the right place. Thank you. I appreciate you. And yes, empath, 100%. It is. It can be very draining. Um, what's up, Mark? It's all right, buddy. I do. I think. Yeah, Kim, you're right too. I think that there's a lot of different parts to these phenomena, right? Um, it gets overwhelming. Like obviously there's that dark part to the paranormal stuff where I believe it looks for people to feed on. Empaths are a great uh, target. Obviously, I spoke about it before. People who have a past with like depression, PTSD, anxiety, addiction, those people like that, myself, are great targets for this shit because that stuff believes that we are easily manipulated, and then it can come manipulate us and do what it wants with us, use us and hurt us, and that's its only goal, right? Then you have, I think, the more like earthly spirits, if that makes sense, who are just here because Dewey, I love you, buddy. I love you. I love D. I love you. Um, who are just here for whatever reason, and they're not here to harm anybody or hurt anybody. They're here. I don't know why. Depends on what you believe in, I guess. And I think that's something too. I think it's hard to for a lot of people because of their religious beliefs that they're like, well, no, there can't be any human spirits. Um, I, I'm, I'm here to tell you that I believe there are. Um, I think, like, for some reason, and I don't think it's because they were bad people. I don't think it's like a purgatory thing. I think sometimes things happen in a way that traps some of them here, a piece of them, for whatever reason, and then they may need help getting over to the other side. This is just a thought. I don't know. I'm just like kind of theorizing out loud, just based on some of the evidence that I've seen and captured. Um, but it's confusing. I don't know. Um, yeah, absolutely, Saint. Um, I also talked about this before. I think that the more that you believe, the more that this stuff interacts with you, if that makes sense. Because why is it going to spend its energy that it's hard for it to interact, right? It takes a lot of energy for this paranormal stuff to interact. Why is it going to try to use that energy that's so hard for it to use to interact with somebody who doesn't believe it's there anyway, right? Um, what? Fresh? What are you talking about, buddy? Lady Wolf, I agree 100%. Harvest Mary Moon, I think that's definitely part of it too. Um, do you think that all of this has to do with your concerns about being mind attacked in the recent expedition? I'll talk about that a little bit in a sec. Um, but I think there's different parts to it. Um, I think there's like more like nature spirits, even if that makes sense, like more like the Native American type of stuff that is like attached to the earth. You have like the darker stuff, the demonic stuff. You have more like human um, spirits. Uh, the backdrop, whatever it looks like, a hospital screen. It's a wooden wall. Um, Elementals, yeah, yeah. I just think there's a potential for there being a lot of this different stuff out there. Um, as far as the Sasquatch stuff goes, um, I Harvest Mary Moon. So let me touch on this real quick. I don't like large crowds for many reasons. One of the biggest ones is like when I get in a large crowd, it's emotionally and mentally overwhelming. You start to take on, and people don't understand this who don't have this. I think it's hard for people to understand it. You literally start to feel it, like other people's energy. Like you get tired, you get cranky, you get like all these different things. And it's very overwhelming. The other part of that too is when and this is going to sound like bragging, it's not though. Like you can ask my ex, like she used to say it all the time. She would be like, What the hell is it? Like everywhere we go, strangers just have to come talk to you. What the hell is that? And I don't know. I have no idea. Like, um, I had a friend for the longest time, same thing. Like we would go places and they would say like, "Who the fuck are you, the mayor? Like, why do people come up to you and talk to you? Do you know them?" It's like, "No, I don't." But apparently that is a trait of being an empath. Is like people feel it. You don't understand it until somebody tells you, like, "Oh no, that's just part of this thing." Like strangers feel it, and they just like have this attraction to come talk to you because they feel that you are they can feel that empathy like coming from you. I never knew this, but yeah, it's crazy. So I get it, Harvest Mary Moon. I totally get it. Um, I am absolutely an empath. Yes. Um, I don't blame you though. Saint, I believe the veil is at its thinnest at this point, and it just keeps getting thinner. Hey, Frankie. You're right, French. Nope, no thank you, hope. 400,000 people, kiss my ass. No way. Nope, no way. But let me get back to what I was talking about before about the phenomena real quick. I keep bouncing around because of the comments, so I hope you're kind of sticking with me a little bit here. But um, the Sasquatch phenomenon, I still kind of feel the same way about. I think that um, I don't believe that we're just dealing with an ape. Maybe there's a small group that are just an undiscovered ape species, but I believe that if that's the case, then there is other stuff out there that is not just undiscovered apes. That is more of like what the Native Americans talk about of these things being like spiritual beings of some sort. Um, and I say this because of things that I've experienced and that others have experienced, right? Where how is it possible for a giant 8, 9 foot tall, hair covered biped that weighs in excess of 500 or 600 pounds, right? To move within 30 yards of you, 20 yards of you, fuck, even 60 yards of you, and remain damn near invisible. I'm sorry. Like, I don't give a shit how smart you are. That's a very hard thing to do, right? To not be able to find a place where these things sleep. Um, I just think there's something else going on. That's just my personal opinion, though. Um, oh, it's an Irish festival. All right, well then it's worth it. Says Kyle Patrick Connolly. um, yes, Val. Yes, Dropkick Murphys. Yes. Fresh, you end up in with anal combustion anyway from other things that you do. Ah ha ha ha. Thank you. Thank you, edits. Appreciate it. BD, what's up, man? I thought I saw you earlier, but the chat was kind of moving, and I was in my own little world. What's up, buddy? I'm glad to see you here. Um, so anyway, yeah, somebody had asked, Bernie was asking about the attack, the mind attack, on the trip. It was more than a mind attack, man. Um, I believe it was a full on like assault. I believe it was a full on attachment of some sort. Um, and still feel like I'm dealing with it. Um, the amount of the amount of like shitty things that happened, um, there, and then after that, just seem way too, like, it's just too much to be coincidence. Um, no, bad luck is one thing, but like all of the things that have happened, uh, it's just too much to be just like bad luck. And there's other things too, um, that make me like believe that it's not just like bad luck or, um, that place is bad, man. I'm telling you, it's a bad place. It's a bad place. Uh, but and I just like I can't shake it's like shit just keeps happening. Like it just keeps happening. Uh, um, yeah, um I've been doing uh I've been praying every day. Um, matter of fact, I have a very good friend in this chat. I don't know if he wants me to say who he is, but um, I admittedly like my relationship with religion and God, um, was pretty much like null and void. Um, I had I I had watched too many people for too long weaponize religion, use it in the wrong way, use it as a way to pass judgment on people, um, to tell others they're wrong. Uh, Obviously, all the disgusting things that have happened in the Catholic Church. You watch it around the world create nothing but fucking hatred and war and death. And I just was like, I don't want anything to do with religion. Kiss my ass. You can keep it. If that's what religion is about, and that's what it seemed like, I don't want anything to do with it. If there's a God out there, and that God is going to say, I'm creating you in my image, but not perfect, right? And then because you're not perfect and you make mistakes, I'm going to banish you to hell. Well, nope. I don't want shit to do with it then. Sorry. Because that's like the biggest hypocrite on like ever. How are you going to say, I'm going to make you fallible to make mistakes and have free will so that you can fuck up and hopefully learn from those mistakes on your own, right? But in doing so, go to hell because you screwed up. Sorry. I don't want anything to do with that. So my relationship with a God of whatever understanding, my own, yours, whatever, or religion, was null and void. I was done with it. I don't want anything to do with it. Nope. I'm good. Um, I had an idea of what I thought religion should be, or faith should be. I thought it was love, kindness, acceptance, understanding. Um, that's not what I saw from people around me. That's not what I saw from people around me. It's not what I saw from people who claimed to be religious, who said they were good Christians. And there's people in this community who still do this shit. Um, a lot of them, sadly, are supported by wonderful people like you. But it's okay, I get it. Sometimes it's that is part of the deception, right? So this person, this friend, who is in this chat and um, is again just another wonderful, amazing human being, has opened my eyes to what a relationship with God can be and is supposed to be. And thankfully for him, he has been, like, I'm very grateful because he is walking me through slowly and patiently so that it's not overwhelming, so that I'm not, you know, like forced into or pushed into anything too fast. And he's showing me what it means to be um, uh, a good, a good person, a real good person, not somebody who pretends to be, but a good person. Um, and yeah, so um, I have been praying, really praying, um, and believing in what I think God really is. Um, and um, I think that God is somebody who um, is loving and understanding and forgiving and kind and um, all of those things. And if you are out here trying and your intention is to be a good person, even if you fuck up, um, that God is not going to banish you into an eternity of pain and misery. Um, so, and that's where I'm going to kind of stay at. I'm going to live in that space right there. Um, so yeah, so anyway, this wonderful friend is kind of helping me get connected to that again, in my own time, in my own way. Um, but when I think of what a true good Christian, Catholic, faith-based person is, this man is the epitome of that. I mean, like the epitome. There is no judgment on people. There is no, like, putting people down or being hurtful, or no, like, there's no agenda. There's no selfishness, like, in this person at all. I mean, really, I mean all this, like, sincerely. Uh, he's just an amazing guy. So I hope you're listening, by the way. You know who you are. And I appreciate all of it more than you know. Um, So yes, I've been praying, and also like I subscribe to other methods of this stuff too. Like I subscribe to the idea of like um you know like the natural stuff, the sage and like all that. I think this stuff can work together. I don't think it's got to be like, oh, you can only say a prayer from the Bible. I think there's room for the other stuff too. I think that like Native Americans had their way of doing things to get rid of evil stuff. Like it worked for them, so why can't it work for me? Right? Why not try both? Why not try all of it? Can't hurt. So anyway, what's up, Rev? Good to see you, man. So that's where I'm at. Um, not, but again, things are still not great. They're not. They're tough. It's been rough. It has been rough. Uh, when I tell you that the proverbial pile of shit just like seems like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, it does. Yeah, I'm trying, but it seems, it's like one of those things where it seems like you have a ton, like a pile that weighs a ton, and somebody gave you a spoon that's this big. That's what it seems like. But, it's just, yeah, yeah, whatever. I mean, again, I don't want to sit here and, I don't want to harp on it. But like I said, I've always been open and honest with you guys about everything, and some people don't like it. Well, too bad. Oh, hey, Pat, how are you, honey? Great to see you. I'm sorry. But so I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with the channel. I I do enjoy being on there and having these chats with you guys. I really do. Maybe for now, that's just what I'll do is I'll just hop on as I feel. You know, maybe I'll take a day, like if I feel like on a Monday, I'll go, maybe I'll do a show tomorrow and then just decide then instead of kind of putting the pressure to do it every time, like every Wednesday, every Tuesday at 7 or whatever. Just kind of go off of, feeling when it feels right, and then I'll just come on and talk, and whatever we talk about, we talk about. Um, no pressure for whatever it is. Maybe one day I'll have a topic to talk about. Maybe next day I won't. I don't know. Um, and then just kind of let it organically happen from there. Uh, because I always have enjoyed, um, being able to interact with all you guys. Uh, I agree, Mark. Actually, uh, somebody made a comment after the last live, and again, I'm not going to say names. If that person um, wants to um, be recognized for it, then that's up to them. Well, I guess I mean they made a comment, so but there was a comment that said like one of the things that somebody saw was um, they were here from the beginning of the channel, and they'd seen through the course of the channel that like my energy changed after certain things happened. Um, One of those major things was like the breakup, and that I didn't take the necessary time to like allow myself to heal from all of that. Um, and there were some other things too that happened that I didn't take time. I just kind of kept going with it all. Um, and they could clearly see my energy shift, and it hurt them. Um, and to see that, and they're right. Uh, and you know, one of the things that I always said was anybody can have a YouTube channel, right? All you have to do is start it. I'm no different than you. Unfortunately, what happens is you start to feel the pressure, and it's not from any, it doesn't have to be from anybody else. It can be internal. Start to feel pressure to um, always be there at the same time every week, creating, putting something out, being available, um, because you don't want to let anyone down. And uh, and in doing so, you neglect yourself. And it's one of these things where like I did that. I listened to outside influences like, you know, why aren't you on? Well, why aren't you having a show? Well, da da da. Um, and I let that dictate me. And then all of these things, that was part of it. And then all the other stuff that was happening just kind of built up and built up and built up and built up and built up. And then, you know, next thing you know, it's like, man, I was drowning. Um, we went to Freetown. I was already battling depression again. And I think that was a very bad idea. That place is dark and it's evil. And I think whatever was there, um, 100% fed off of that. Thank you, Pat. You're right, old spirit art. Absolutely. Oh, Harvest Merry Moon. Thank you. I'm glad. You guys are just awesome. Really. You're just awesome. Uh, Yeah, hey, what's up, Mike? Hey, buddy. So, I think I think that pretty much covers everything. Um, if I think of anything else, uh, I'll let you guys know. Um, Sadly, I don't know what I'll be doing as far as research goes. Um, Sold the thermal. I had no choice. I just I couldn't. Like I had to cover bills and shit was just getting from bad to worse and uh, telling you it's like it's crazy. Like you it gets to the point where you're like you you really just feel like what the fuck, man. I'm sorry. I know some of you guys don't like the cursing, but that's just me. Take it or leave it. I'm not. Obviously, I'm gonna do my best not to curse constantly, but sometimes you're just gonna have to accept it. Just don't give it power. That's all. Just a word. But it does. It's just to the point where you just go like, "What the f, man?" You know. I go out like I started door dashing for God's sakes, like to try to make some extra money. And in doing so, I don't turn down any. I'm trying to hustle as much as possible. $4, $3, $5, whatever. Give me it. I'll take it. And I fucking crashed the car going on a dash the other day down to the beach. It's flooded. Couldn't tell it was flooded. I promise you, if you looked at the road, it didn't look like it was flooded. It just looked like it was wet. Then my little Prius gets like getting stuck in the water. I gas it to go. Boom. Blow the tire out. Like the alignment, everything. Just like, what the fuck, man? Can I catch a break? It's crazy. It's just crazy, man. When does it end? I don't know. But I do love you guys. I really do. Um, and I appreciated all the comments more than you know. I've said it for a long time, man. I wish there was a way to get all of us in the same place just for a few days. It'd be wonderful, just to meet everybody and spend time with everybody. The people who are in this chat, this core group, are like just the greatest folks, like the greatest. And I just think that would be such an amazing treat and privilege if that was, ever able to happen. Unfortunately, my channel is not big and popular enough to be able to do anything like that. If it was one of these channels that was big and popular and that made money, then we could make that happen somehow. But it's just a little tiny small channel. Thank you, Miss Pat. I will definitely do that. It's just I'm good with the cement corn. You can keep the cement corn. I would still go to the reformatory. Call me crazy, but I would still go there. I'll shoot you a text, Mikey. I wish I had ice cream right now. Ice cream always makes me feel better. It's just cement corn. There's nothing fun about it. Ohio makes it makes a field full of cement corn like out to be the coolest thing in the world. It's just corn made of cement. Yeah, I could DoorDash the ice cream. It would cost me probably $15. I'm all set. I don't even think I have $15. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off here, guys. Uh, I'm tired. I didn't sleep much last night. I was, uh, yeah, crappy sleep. That's pretty much par for the course. Um, yeah, Dewey, I'll let you know, buddy. I'll let you know. I'm sorry. I know you enjoy them. Um, I enjoy them. I just I need to figure things out. That's all. But I love you guys. Really, I do. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll, maybe I'll just start by doing. Hey, Todd, love you, man. Uh, Maybe I'll just start by doing stuff like this again, a little bit here and there. I'm not going out into the woods until it cools off. It's hot, it's humid, it's disgusting. This is not my time to be out there anyway. So once it cools off, which hopefully is like, what are we in? We're in August now, in a couple hours. So, middle of September maybe. We ain't got too much longer. Um, Maybe I'll start getting out there again then. So, but thank you guys. I love you all. Really, truly, I do. I appreciate you so much. And I'll touch base again soon. All right. Love you guys. Have a great night. Bye.